Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the GOWEN Racing Podcast here on the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about some NASCAR from Road America this past weekend. We got a bunch of silly season news to dive into. I think that's going to be our main point of today's episode. To be honest with you, Atlanta's made some changes for this upcoming or next season that we'll be talking about. Formula One from Austria to talk about, and then upcoming Nitro for this weekend as they just had an off week. Those are the main things we're going to be talking about. Of course, I'm joined by JayCook. How we doing, Jay?
Doing pretty good. Had a pretty nice week. Excited once again about some of the stuff that got announced this previous week. There's been a lot of really exciting stuff the last couple of weeks that's gotten me hyped up for next season.
And of course, we're hyped up for tomorrow night. Hopefully, we'll be Stanley Cup champions with Tampa Bay Lightning. Matt is here as well. Matt O'Brien, how are we doing?
Yeah, I'm doing. I could be better.
Could be better.
Not my brightest day in iRacing.
I heard your I rating went down, or whatever the safety rating.
iRating.
I rating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not. It should have been worse, but.
We got Connor here as well. How you doing?
What up? Doing all right.
Doing all right. Before we jump into things, video game news, very slight video game news. This is really for me and Jay. Test Drive Unlimited Silver Crown got announced. Jay and myself enjoyed this game a lot, the Test Drive Unlimited 2. So I know, Jay, for us, we didn't get any gameplay. Matt was very passionate about that before we started this, but just from the teaser trailer, I mean, Jay and myself, I'm sure, Jay, you can agree, we're just excited to even know that there's a new Test Drive Unlimited game coming out.
Yeah, I honestly don't have to see gameplay to be excited about it. I enjoyed 2 a lot. Gary and I played that a ton, so I'm excited for the new game. I think the location of it being on Hong Kong Island is gonna be pretty cool. So I am excited for it, and Test Drive Unlimited games are always just kind of a different type of driving game that I enjoy a lot. They actually allow you to go a lot more in depth with stuff, so I'm looking forward to the game.
There is only one thing, so I was looking into it and stuff, just seeing what they've confirmed with like cars and whatnot, and that they've actually confirmed like Dodge and stuff, which is cool. Audi, of course, Aston Martin. But the one thing that I guess concerned me, I don't know if it's gonna be a bad thing or whatnot, but the map size is like significantly smaller this time around compared to the first and second game. So I'm here. So the Test Drive Unlimited 2 Island was 600 square miles. And it was a huge map, Jay. I mean, it took us forever to drive around that thing, if you remember. This game is going to be just over 30 square miles. So I don't know how to think about that. It's going to be a Hong Kong Island. So, I mean, it's a huge city. And I'm hopeful, based off just the trailer they showed, that we can go around and do like activities and stuff, but we'll have to wait and see. But I have hope still. But we're gonna move into some NASCAR, and we had a Road America race this past weekend. Overall, I mean, every week before we dive into what happened, I like to ask you guys what you thought of the actual racing product. We'll start with Matt. What did you think of the actual racing product here at Road America?
It was fine. I think it was not the best road race by any means, but it was fine.
It was still, but it felt like it was still better though than what I guess. Did you enjoy it more than your normal oval race or like a cookie cutter mile and a half track?
Honestly, I like the first Pocono race more.
In terms of action, I would say yes, but in terms of racing, straight up racing and the passing, I enjoyed Road America more. But it lacked it lacked the action factor that we.
I was expecting more chaos.
Yeah.
And there really wasn't chaos.
I mean, Kyle Larson got turned. That was it.
So that was pretty hilarious.
Yeah. Connor, what did you think of the racing at Road America?
It was okay. I would like for it to be a bit more crazy, but it wasn't really. But it was a roll course. Everything got spread out like usual.
What about you, Jay? What do you think?
I kind of have the same answer. I enjoyed the racing. I thought it was a good race. Hopefully NASCAR goes there again, which I think they. I mean,
That's
I think
already
the
confirmed.
track pretty much already confirmed that with
Yeah,
their
already
signs for
confirmed.
it and stuff. So, I'll be looking forward for to the Cup Series going there again. I think it was up there with the other road courses this year, honestly. But I mean, it did kind of lack that excitement factor. But I mean, still, for a road course race, it was very good. And those have all been very good this season. So hopefully that continues for the rest of the ones we have this year.
So I mean, overall, it was a fun race to watch, I think, and we'll
Yeah.
talk a little bit about this race. I'll be honest, I think of all the road courses this year, this is the most forgettable one so
Yes.
far. Because when I'm thinking about this race of things I remember, and I can't even tell you who won stage one.
Yeah, there was no huge moment for this race, kind of like
Yeah.
we have had with all the previous ones so far.
I think Kurt Busch
Um,
won stage 1.
No, Byron.
Bye.
And then
That's
Reddick
right.
won, and Reddick won stage 2.
Oh,
And was that on strategy?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
okay.
Yes. I think Kyle Busch was gonna win the stage, but he
I
pitted.
think he fitted. Yeah.
And
Pretty sure both stages were on strategy.
now
Actually,
Byron
no, I
was
think
No,
okay,
good in
never
Byron.
mind.
stage
Byron,
one.
yeah.
No, yeah, because I want to get into that caution. Oh God, that caution at the end of stage 1 was brutal.
Which one was it? I missed that one.
Oh, I don't know, the one that lasted 30 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember what caused it?
Wasn't it the 78 going in the grass?
The back marker known as the 78 going into the gravel trap in the
Yes.
carousel.
He was so bad in practice, bro.
Oh my God,
He
those
he did the same thing in practice.
Carter team, by the way.
Yeah, they were something, weren't they?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty opportune time because it was like, well, there's 3 to go on the stage, and they purposely waited to play out the stage laps, and then they did like another lap, pitted, and they did another lap, right?
Yup.
It took forever.
Had to wait for everybody to catch up because they were spaced out.
Oh, that was dumb too.
Dear God.
Like it's a weird thing with Road America, right? Because the track's so long, right?
Yeah. I don't think you have
Like that
to
caution
wait
was
for
4
everybody.
laps at Road America.
I say you shouldn't have had to wait that long. I say you might as well pit like right now. Don't wait for everybody.
That wasn't the
then wait for
caution
them
though.
to catch up.
That was a later caution.
Uh,
I think.
I think we're talking about the same caution here.
No, we're not.
I know what he's talking about. Like
Yeah,
I could have
yeah, it
gone
was
and
right at
I
the
could
end
have
of
gone
stage
and
1.
recorded a whole video and come back before they went green.
Yeah, honestly. I there's people in the Nitro Discord like, man, I went to the freaking store, I got some snacks, came back home. Oh, I haven't missed a single lap.
I went to work on a car and I came
Like-
back.
Like,
And by the
I was
way,
listening to Door.
Bro,
I was listening to
go
Door.
ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I was listening to Door Bumper Clear, and they were like, literally every caution was a halftime break or like a intermission in hockey. I'm just like, they're right. Like,
Big
I'm
fact.
like, here's the thing: it's like people are gonna turn the race off because they're like, let's get fucking going. You know?
Yep. Well, so NASCAR doesn't use localized cautions at road courses. So if
For good
caution comes
reason.
out, double stack everybody up. But I think Road America is one of those tracks they need
A shortcut.
localized yellows, if possible. Of course, if there's a big
I-
crash, okay, normal caution. But if it's, I mean, where were we?
NASCAR's
throwing-
never gonna take that risk though.
Nope.
Yeah, but I mean,
And how are you
can't
gonna police it?
have
How are you gonna
that
police it?
happening at Road America all the time?
But having like
It's like, how are you gonna police it? You know?
Look at the footage, make sure the guy's okay. If he's radioing up, he's fine. Okay, it's a localized yellow.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the drivers on track. How are you gonna how are you gonna do that? How are you gonna
How any other
manage
racing
it?
series on the planet does it?
Oh God.
You trust NASCAR with this? I don't.
That's
I
funny.
I have hope they would be intelligent enough to manage that.
If it was INSA, it'd be a different story.
But like,
But we
I
ain't
mean,
I don't
INSA.
have a
literally do it
problem
the
with them.
exact same way F1 does it, to
A
where they have to
virtual.
slow down in that section, and if they don't, then they get penalized for it.
Or like a
And-
virtual safety car.
Yeah, I get that, but like, I don't know if NASCAR has the ability to do that. And another thing is, honestly, like Road America, I get it. Like, would screw with like fuel mileage and stuff, but like, if there's a caution, to speed the process up, maybe do turn 5. You know, that big braking left-hander where Larson got dumped by Bowman. Go straight through that zone, and you end up at the back of the track. You know, speed
Yeah.
up the cautions a bit.
Thing is I don't know if they can technically take the cars through there, if they can consider that a safe or a safe area for them to go through, because I
That
think
area
they have to
goes
use
They
that
can make
area.
it safe
Garage.
though. They can make it safe.
Well,
though.
the thing is, though, is it leads to the garage and stuff, so I don't know if they'd be able to have the cars go through there.
I think you can, if I'm honest.
I mean, they can go through there because that cars went off and went to the garage through there.
Well, yeah, they went to the garage through there. They didn't go back onto the racing surface. It wasn't made to where it was just a clear section of straight
But they can
where there
make
was
it.
walls on either
No,
side.
no,
but-
no, no. What you do is you can put like a way where like
There
tire
is a
braid.
gap that you can do it, but there's like
What I'm saying is there's a gap there. You can put the tire barriers in a certain way where you can maneuver around it. Moral of the story is that NASCAR needs to figure out a way to make the cautions go faster here when they come back.
Yes.
it takes like
Because it's not
7
good that a
hours.
single caution comes out and you're just like, well, we have to wait 15 minutes.
And that was being generous.
Yeah.
But
They said going into the weekend that the plan was to have the cautions only be 2 laps, and that went out the window real quick.
The Suarez one was only 1.
yeah,
Oh, and nobody needs.
How do you feel about that, Gary?
Yeah, I was literally about to say that was a little bit heartbreaking. Same exact issue that they had at Circuit of the Americas with their transmission. So that was very unfortunate. I saw people
Whatever they-
saying, well, that's got to be a Suarez problem and just doesn't know how to shift a car. He's never had this problem in his career. He goes to Trackhouse, has the same exact problem at 2 road courses. It's not a Daniel problem. It's clearly a Trackhouse problem.
The transmission, like whoever's building the transmission, they gotta change something.
I'm sure
Or-
that
or-
the second time when they realize that the exact same thing that happened last time, I'm sure they're going to have it figured out for the rest of the year. I hope. But yeah, overall, just unfortunate because it screws our chances at the playoffs.
I don't think. I'm still insisting. I don't think there's any hope now. Especially after this race. If there wasn't hope before this race, I'm just gonna be honest, man. You're not catching Kurt at this point. He's looking good. He's looking damn good.
Kurt's been doing way better. Like this whole season, he's been doing pretty decent.
No.
All
he
he's
was
had
pretty
was
rough.
All he's had was having. Oh,
I'm literally not
mechanical
going with the
problem.
opinion of anyone is locked in or not, or
I
not
don't think it's
locked
locked in, but like I don't.
Well, but I'm not like saying I think they're going to make the playoffs at this point, because it's like that can
How many
literally
races do
change
we
in a
have left?
heartbeat. One bad race where he DNFs.
It's
6.
6. Yeah.
So I mean, you look at
So there's plenty of time for a lot of drivers to do something.
He's
only in by 25.
yeah. One race can end your whole season.
75
Yeah.
points for Tyler Reddick in 6 races can still be eliminated. Unlikely, don't get me wrong. Realistically, not going to happen. But it is possible. We saw. I mean, Chris Buescher
that's
proved
a
my point.
heartbreaker.
Chris Buescher proved my point. I said he can very well be on the outside, and he actually on the outside way sooner than I anticipated. So
It's very possible for all 4 of those drivers to wind up not making it. Well, okay, not very possible. It is mathematically possible for all 4 of those drivers to not make it. Will it be likely though? No, I think that probably everybody aside from Kurt has a very good chance of making it. Maybe not Tyler Reddick because he's only 75 above, but Austin Dillon being at 98 and Kevin Harvick at 153.
But Tyler Reddick's been too good lately, man.
That
It's
doesn't
not gonna
matter.
happen.
But still, mathematically, I think the
Somehow
75,
Tyler Reddick
anything
has
can
gotten better
happen.
at road courses.
All he has to do is DNF one time, and there you go. There you go. That's the potential to where he's only 20 points inside the playoffs now. So I mean, like you can't say that he's in a good spot at the moment. One DNF and he's screwed.
Just because he's run so good doesn't mean everything can't fall apart in 6
Yeah,
weeks.
he can't get involved in a wreck, a mechanical problem, something. There's any number of things that can go wrong in 6 races. So there's no way that any of these guys really should feel comfortable because Harvick could DNF for 3 of these races and be in a bad position.
I looked at it
So
though.
I mean,
18th on down's got to win guaranteed.
Yeah.
I mean, DeBenedetto.
if something
74.
doesn't change quick, yeah, I would
Yes,
agree with that.
especially after this weekend. Suarez.
They can no longer nitpick points away. They have to
Yeah.
make big gains. If they don't, they gotta win.
Suarez was making good gains, and obviously everything they gained got wiped, and now that it's over, they have to win at
Yep.
Daytona or something. Bubba Wallace is gonna have to win at Daytona. DeBenedetto is gonna have to do a Daytona. I mean,
Didn't
Jay
Suarez run good here last time? For
Suarez.
Atlanta?
I mean, that's the one thing we're taking. Like Daytona is Daytona, so
Yeah,
Yeah, you
Um,
gotta watch yourself at Daytona.
but Jay had to be happy. DeBenedetto was running really competitive there on the short runs, and like I don't know where he actually finished, but obviously he was falling off in the long run. But
he finished 10th.
10th.
Yeah, so far I've been impressed with the new crew chief. They've looked
Last
a lot
Saturday
better.
call
They've been
kinda
able
helped
to
him.
actually, well, yeah, that too, but they've been able to actually make adjustments to what he needs. They have been a bit more competitive. Obviously, the unfortunate events at Nashville, I think, really put them in a deep hole. But yeah, I think that if they can start racking off some really good finishes, maybe they still have a chance on points. But 74 is a pretty hefty bit to gain. So I don't know. I mean, he's very good at Atlanta. We don't know about the road course in Indy yet. New Hampshire's just meh. Watkins Glen, I mean, he's decent on road courses. So Michigan, don't know. And then Daytona, obviously, he's good at he's good at plate tracks. He just never really gets the finishes there because he always finds himself in a wreck towards the end.
Or
So
blows it himself.
yeah.
Flashback of Talladega.
No, please don't.
That was the funniest thing. I was like, "Don't go high, man." He goes high and just
Bro,
watches the
Alright,
the
inside.
so
last 2 times at Talladega, man.
Drove them away twice.
I'm never gonna forget last year's Talladega and how mad I was in my truck driving to get fucking groceries of all things.
Oof.
Yeah.
I showed up so pissed at a lady bringing the groceries out. She could tell I was mad, and I was
Me and
trying
my
not
dad
to be
were
mean to her.
pissed because
But
then he went underneath the double yellow, which
Eric Jones won the race.
Denny Hamlin
so
won the
upset.
race.
yeah, Denny Hamlin won.
According
Wrong year,
according to the rule book, Eric.
yeah,
Jones won
according to the
race.
rule book, Eric Jones won
According
that
to
race.
NASCAR, Denny Hamlin
According to
won,
how
and that's
NASCAR's
all I need.
interpretation of the rule
Yep.
book, though, it's Denny
According to
Hamlin.
NASCAR, Damon Hamlin's a bitch.
You know,
Since
Hamlin, by the way.
since NASCAR wants to interpret the rule book that way, really DeBenedetto won the race. But
Hamlin, by the way, is still
rules for
running
D,
good.
not me.
Top 5 for Denny in Road America.
He's
Still,
been getting
he's
better.
still doing good, but it's just like forgettable.
He still has the points lead.
Somehow,
Yeah.
some way, he's
Oh,
got
thanks,
points
Bowman.
lead.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Bowman.
that's like the only like
Fucking hell.
point I can think of to talk about is Alex Bowman blowing that corner turn 5 away, and
He
Kyle
literally
Larson's
ran
there,
out of brakes.
and
and
then
Will
Kyle
hopped into
Larson,
him.
gets dumped. And I don't know where Larson finished, but
Not good.
well,
16th.
16th. Well, I mean, better than Bowman.
After running top 10 most of the race.
Yeah, thank you, Bowman. You gave DeBenedetto a top 10.
Yeah.
Elliott, of course, wins his first legitimate win of the year, second actual win of the season. But
It doesn't change my opinion on how he is this season. Where I think he's
he's gonna have to win a
honestly the-
championship on ovals.
He's
So
been on a slope still. This ain't
I'm still gonna say it. I honestly think he might be the worst undercar.
No,
I mean,
you're kind of right.
Yeah, that's very much true.
Like road course, he's like second place. But on like
No,
any
he was
other
definitely
track,
the
he's
best car.
been.
He was definitely the best car.
well, yeah, but the last
America,
few
yeah.
though he
remember
wasn't.
Sonoma?
Yeah,
He wasn't
Sonoma,
Sonoma, he wasn't.
Coda,
But he's never been
borderline.
that dominant force at Sonoma. We kind of
I
knew
mean,
that
neither is
going
Kyle
in.
Larson, but
Look at him now.
Yeah.
all Larson did was qualify well there, and then by the time lap 1 did it, he'd be like 15th.
Yeah.
Final, my tires, they're dead.
Oh no.
But Christopher Bell again ran pretty good.
First time he's
Sup-
been in the top 10
surprised,
Yeah,
since
he was-
Daytona.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was going to be able to pull that off because I thought the road course at Daytona was a fluke.
When did he start? What? On that
He's-
last restart? Where did he
Oh, I have
start
no
at?
idea.
He was in like the top 5 or something.
Because
Kyle
he drove
Busch.
past Kyle Busch on the long run, which
Yeah.
is surprising.
Kyle Busch is good again. It just
That's
right
Junior
now
Car-
it feels like Hendrick Motorsports and then Kyle Busch.
I'm more like just. I mean, I think the gap's going to close on it. I mean, literally, it's Hendrick versus Gibbs at this point.
They are closing in on him because since Kyle.
Kyle is very, very strong right now.
Yeah, he is
Seems
on
like
the
Kyle
mission.
has got this whole no practice thing figured out.
Well, they had
Maybe
practice
Adam
this time,
Stevens
didn't they?
was the problem.
I mean, they had practice this weekend.
Yeah, but I'm just, that was the whole thing he was saying was affecting him last year, and doesn't seem to be doing it this year.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he started the year off a little rough, but
Yeah, but I
Bad.
mean, came out of nowhere, and it really is Hendrick and him right now, I think.
I tell you what though, I realize now because being not a fan of any of the top Hendrick drivers or Joe Gibbs other than Hamlin, it's like I get really tired of seeing the same guys run really good every week very quick because I'm like
You're just now.
I was pretty neutral on Kyle Busch for the last like year or whatever. But then all of a sudden he's clicking off really good finishes this year, and I'm like, oh god, I'm already tired of it. Or at Larson, of course, winning 3 in a row. I'm like, okay, I'm tired of this crap already.
Is this your first time you felt like that?
Well, other than Jimmy Johnson when he was dominating.
Well, okay, yeah, but I was more or less pointing to the big 3 like 2 years ago, 3
Yeah,
years
but-
ago, whatever it was.
Yeah,
That
one,
was
of course, sucked, too.
hands down the
but-
worst season I've ever watched.
But it's just like
Well,
I
when
meant
Jimmy
just primarily
dominated?
this year. Just what's that?
Which season? The one when Jimmy dominates pretty
No,
much
the big
everything?
No,
three.
the big 3.
Oh,
That
Trying to
season
remember.
was terrible.
big 3. Oh God, I'm trying to remember. What?
Matt is having some difficulties, by the way. He will be back. Before we move on to the next segment, we're going to make sure he is here because he has the most sources and information to kind of give us on
Yeah,
that.
he might be having
So,
storm issues? Question
yeah,
mark.
we'll give him a minute here.
I
We'll be
might
right
be
back
having
after
those
this
issues as well
commercial break.
soon. The hurricane stuff is starting to get to me, so
Oh, that's just brilliant.
I gotta wait for either tomorrow or Thursday when Elsa gets here. Not good.
Well, hopefully, it's not too bad. Wasn't it downgraded to a tropical storm or something?
no, it's a hurricane again.
Oh, I see that right
Yeah.
there. Strengthens to a Category 1. And is that hitting Tampa? It is.
It's in
Yeah.
Florida and heading straight to
Interesting.
Virginia, where I'm at.
It'll be out of
And
there
it's
by
gonna
tomorrow
get
night, though.
worse.
It's moving pretty fast, but all the outer band stuff is way up here, and it's just starting to get to me. Probably like 30 minutes to an hour out. So
Well, hopefully anyone down there stays safe. But back to Road America. Is there anything else that happened in this race?
I'm pretty sure there was. That was the one clown show moment. I can't
trying to think
think
of anything else that happened
Yep.
at Road
We
of
were
America.
stalling while we waited on you.
Yeah, we're talking about Tropical Storm Elsa.
I was like, we need Matt
They-
for the silly season talk.
Oh.
We need your
yeah,
body
just
just-
give me a second. Get everything
Oh,
back
that's
up and
good.
running. Yeah, that was like I was like middle of a sentence and it.
Blink, 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 blink.
There's some storms rolling through. There's supposed to be some storms tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
Heck.
Um.
It might miss me barely.
Okay, going live again here in a second.
Okay. Jay, Test Drive
So-
Unlimited looks awesome. So excited
Yeah,
for
I mean-
that.
So we're going back
Um,
to this again. God.
Oh, there is a couple more things. Hang on, I'll mention it in a second or chat.
What did I miss? I guess.
We were
Nothing.
literally just trying to come
Pretty
up with
much
anything.
nothing,
We were
yeah.
talking about a
Oh.
hurricane.
We were on commercial break.
Yeah. Oh, it might happen again, so you never know. So, I just want to say Eric got a top 20. Yay!
Did you even look
Whoa.
outside your house to see if you had storms near you?
It's there's dark clouds around, but like sun is out at where I'm at. But yeah, I don't know where my power grid is. So
Right on the other side.
yeah, probably on the other side of the building that I can't see. So yeah, what we're doing silly season now?
I think Jay
Yep.
said he wanted to mention something. I don't know though.
Not here.
Okay.
No.
Well, let's talk about some silly
Oh.
season then. So, Matt has all the information I think that we need to know. He can kind of lead
So-
us off with the.
Yeah. Think. Where do we start? Let's start at the very beginning. I guess is the way to say it. Is Door Bumper Clear was doing their usual talking stuff, and they just like dropped a load of stuff on us. The first thing is apparently Ross Chastain was the #1 driver for Trackhouse for this season, but that fell through once Ganassi took him, so they took Suarez. From what I understand, right?
Thank God. Yes.
So and then they dropped the bombshell that apparently Kurt and Chastain are not the #1 guys for Trackhouse next season. But they said don't be surprised if it's Chastain.
Huh.
And they said the driver would be a shock.
It would be.
Does anybody have any like shocking like?
I
ideas?
have-
I'll get into this. I'll get into this because there's this rumor that keeps starting to pop up, and it was before this podcast, the Door Bumper Clear podcast, had started. And what's been being said, like there's no like hard source about it, but like how Door Bumper Clear was talking yesterday, and it's like, and what this is saying is like, okay, it's kind of making sense, but a lot of pieces have to fall into place for this to actually happen. But so do we want to stay on this topic? I guess.
Yeah, we'll spend a few minutes on it.
So
Can I give a like a crazy like idea of what could happen?
you want me to go through the second, like the online rumor going around right now?
Sure,
What's
go
that?
ahead. Send
I
it.
mean, it might be 100% bullshit.
I
This.
mean, it
but
always
it's fun to talk about, right?
go for it.
Okay, so this is where the shock driver kind of comes in, and then all these pieces start falling into place. Matty D is going to be the second driver at Trackhouse.
No, that was literally what I was
Ayo.
thinking.
Jay, let's go.
Not gonna lie, I was thinking that.
Okay,
I called that too.
all right, but obviously it's just a rumor, and
Yeah.
the
very much-
biggest grain of
very much
salt.
a rumor.
The biggest grain of salts.
Yeah.
Chastain to the 21.
They can have him. Get him out of here.
Cindric to the 2.
I can see that.
Almirola retires.
That's not what I was thinking.
Not happening.
I mean, we didn't think Carl Edwards was going to retire either, did we
Yeah,
now?
but look what happened.
I don't think Edwards retired. Well, no, actually, no.
Yeah, he
no,
definitely
never
did.
mind.
He
He
definitely
Yeah,
did.
he
definitely
definitely
did.
did it his own choice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they were definitely
He
going to
was
replace
60.
Carl Edwards in his prime with Daniel Suarez.
Well, you know how Joe Gibbs can be with his drivers.
It makes no sense.
Hey,
Not
Zero.
like-
just a public announcement to Trackhouse Racing. Do not sign Ross Chastain. Please.
You are gonna.
Yeah, that would be a big mistake.
It'd be the most awkward thing. As a Suarez Trackhouse fan, I'd be cheering for one car and cheering for the other car to crash every week.
For the
And,
budget,
and
all
if you
been
if
using,
you
not a
want
good
our
idea.
source, Justin, Just trust me, bro.
Trust us.
Just trust me.
Yes. I'm
Yeah.
gonna tweet this to
This
Justin.
is basically the internet rumor of this entire silly season shebang that's being rumored right now.
I like the
Tyler Reddick replaces Almirola.
Magic.
that's a big
I mean, like
I actually see Tyler Reddick going to the 21 more than I do any of that other
That's what
stuff
I
happening.
thought.
I thought it'd be Tyler
And
Reddick
then-
going to the 2.
And then Eric Jones to the 8.
rip. I mean, better than what
I
he's
don't know.
got.
I mean,
I don't know
if
if that's
that
the
was-
rip.
If,
Be a
if
playoff
that,
contender, but
I mean, you think I'm happy when when
With
a
the good old
excellent
RPM
day is a
motorsport.
top 20?
hey, last year Suarez the top 30 was a beautiful day.
Oh God.
Making the race was a beautiful day.
Damn. You got him.
Jeez.
You got him there.
Gary can't even come back on that.
I'm beat there, boss.
But like, RCR is legitimately like overall the 4th best team in NASCAR right now.
They're getting there, bro.
And if Trackhouse stays with them and they kind of both feed off of each other and stuff, I mean that only makes RCR better.
The thing is, like with all this silly season stuff, like that, like shebang of things. Obviously, it might be 100% bullshit. And honestly, we shouldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Unless like one of those pieces falls into place. Oh, and Kurt to 23XI. But
Yeah.
like if one of those pieces falls into place, like let's say like next week they met Matty D to Trackhouse, and you're just like, all those pieces start falling into place real quick.
Wait a minute.
I don't know though. There's still the whole thing of the Benedetto saying, "I can't wait to drive the new Mustang next year."
Boys, I found it.
So
I don't know.
yeah, there's that too. But nobody knew about this whole Trackhouse thing. It literally came out of thin air.
Yeah, and
So
Kurt and Ross had no idea. So it's literally nuked silly season.
and it would kind of make sense because Trackhouse kind of went the same route with Suarez. Taking a chance on a driver who hasn't had a chance to prove himself yet. So I mean, kind of the same thing with the Benedetto. He's
kinda
had a bigger
disagree
chance to
on
prove
it,
himself
but-
than Suarez, but
He's doing
He
good,
still
except
hasn't
for
been with
road
the-
courses. Road courses are not his thing.
Who's?
Suarez with all his luck.
I mean,
oh yeah. He's good at
luck-wise, I
road
don't-
courses. Luck-wise, yeah, he's just kind of been hurt this
Yeah.
season.
Whatever
Um,
mechanical thing he need to work on. Need to fix ASAP
But
for
it's-
next one.
I think there's going to be a lot of silly season movement though.
Oh yeah.
Once one of these things happen, when something happens, right?
Red
All
going
of those
on
things
the
you
Roush
mentioned-
Fenway, which we would never know.
All those
would
things
happen.
I mentioned, all of it is
Seem
believable.
realistic, yeah. Like it's
It's
all
all
realistic and
believable.
believable.
It's
Especially
all
the Almirola
legit.
retiring one. I
Because
think
if
that one's probably
Almirola
the
gets
most likely.
knocked out, where does he go?
Richard Petty Motorsports.
Oh, and also
there
another
goes
part
the
of this
business.
silly season thing is that someone's going to buy RPM.
And
That would probably
Childress.
be 23XI.
Yeah, and then Dorbo McClure was like, yeah, colleague was gonna buy Richard Childress Racing until the Spire thing came up. I'm like,
RPM was supposed to go to Toyota, so that might be something going on there.
that
Hey,
could, yeah.
That confirms
Like
that
working
Childress is
with
available.
JGR, getting their stuff.
I
Just
still feel
saying.
this in my chat was like Eric Jones is a 2-car, not in a million years. If you don't think all right, the 2-car, it's Cindric. No questions asked.
Yeah.
It's Cindric.
And Penske basically confirmed that himself.
Yeah,
Vice
it's
President
Cindric.
is Cindric's dad, I'm think.
Yeah,
that right
Tim
on this?
Cindric is
CEO.
high up on the Penske ladder. Let's just put it that way.
Somewhere around there.
He's kind of like
He's getting a
I'm pretty
Penske
sure he's
car,
either
whether
number
he
2 or
likes
number
it or
3 at
not.
Penske.
Cindric
He's competition director.
might be like a daddy's money driver, but I think of the money drivers, he's probably one of the best.
He's
Like-
certainly the most talented. Yes.
Yeah, he can actually drive a race car and be competitive.
And I wouldn't necessarily call him daddy's money either. His dad just happens to work for Penske, and that's opened a lot of doors. His dad didn't use his money to buy him sponsorships and buy him rides and stuff. It just he works for Penske, so there we go. Austin had rides at Penske for him. I wouldn't put him in the same category of just buying him a ride as it is they work in the NASCAR industry and happen to have a team willing to put them in a ride.
Yeah.
Was there any more news other than, well, first of all, RCR, like, that confirms they can
Apparently
finish.
up for sale.
Yeah, so like
What?
who could, well, if Colleague was gonna originally buy them without those charters, right? So
Yeah, that seemed to be the
that
initial
brings
point.
up who could
I mean,
potentially look at buying them now.
JRM.
I was like, by the gods, that's Junior's music.
I mean, like
It's his
seriously,
time
the
to
connection,
shine.
the connection between his dad and RCR. Just
RCR
saying.
might as well give all their stuff to friggin' Junior. Send it.
And Junior did specifically say 2 charters.
Yeah, and they got 2 charters.
I mean, it's believable, but I mean, maybe RCR doesn't sell, and you got to think of it like RCR, and it makes sense. He's in his mid-70s. Like maybe he's like, you know what, I kind of just want to hang it up and vibe around. So, who would buy him? Junior would seem like the obvious choice, but you don't know. It's still a lot of money.
It's
Yeah,
a long
Junior
way.
Junior is the option that makes sense, but financially, he's always talked about how he's hurting for money for Junior Motorsports and all that kind of stuff. So
Did you hear what he said recently though?
no, I
What
did
he
not.
said?
The way the next gen
Oh,
car
yes,
is
yes,
going
yes,
and the
yes, I've heard
Xfinity
this.
car, it would be cheaper for him to do a Cup team than an Xfinity team.
Really?
Yep.
True story.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you said that.
I mean, that another reason I'm like, why not do it? I mean, he's been kind
The
of
one thing that's expensive is the charter system. Like 10 mil for a charter.
Well, and here's the thing with RCR. Buying RCR is a completely different animal to buying Chip Ganassi.
That's a mighty big budget there.
So, and also Door Bumper Clear talked about how much money Ganassi was. Around
Like,
35,
I guess it depends on
around
what you
35
buy.
mil.
I guess it depends on what you buy. If you buy choters, do you buy just the cars and the stuff associated with that, or do you buy the whole thing, including the engine department?
You'd probably get the whole thing.
I don't know if they'd buy the whole thing. I think they might just buy out the team and then leave the engine department to be their own thing.
Well, ECR and Hendrick are combined now with their engines.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense. You know what? The pieces start aligning. It's like, okay, maybe Childress really is thinking about something.
So maybe
you want to know what
Rick
happens?
buy part of it with Dale.
Hendrick will take over full control of the engine department. Junior goes and
buys that
RCR,
department. Yeah. Junior buys the cars. Hendrick buys the engine department. There we go.
and then that opens up. It's like, oh well, who's gonna drive for Junior?
That could mean Austin Dillon gets out of the sport.
Jay.
Good luck
Man,
with that.
people give Austin Dillon so much shit, but he's way better than everyone gives him credit for.
He's actually doing pretty decent this season.
He's high. He's 11th in points, man.
Yeah.
His
He's been
average
running
finish
pretty
is
good.
13th.
Hey,
And
doesn't mean I
like
don't like him,
last
though.
year, RCR was
Exactly.
running
You
like
don't need to
20th
like
or
him, but
worse.
like
Not a
he's.
very likable person.
You can say that all you want, but the point is he's
The
talented enough to
man's
be in
got
Cup.
talent, damn it.
I'm just gonna say it. If he was in Hendrick car right now, he would have multiple wins this season.
The man's got talent. Hate to
Probably
say
right.
it. I mean, if Tyler Reddick was in a Hendrick car, we're all
Oh
fucked.
lord, oh lordy.
Who do you think is better, Reddick or Larson?
Larson.
Yeah.
Larson
I
is
would.
literally a generational talent.
Tyler would probably be the second best car. Maybe.
We don't know the answer.
If he was in the Hendrick car, he might be in second place, and somebody would have to go to the 3 or the 8.
Was there any more silly season news to go over before we move on?
I'm trying to think what else was there. But so Chip Ganassi was apparently around 35 million.
The RCR is probably around like 45, maybe.
That's why. I mean, RCR depends on what you buy from them, right?
Yeah.
It could, and that's the namesake.
I mean,
so.
Hendrick would probably buy out their
The
engines.
thing
and
with
whatnot.
Trackhouse too is I don't believe they actually bought the building because the building is owned by a completely different dude.
No, they're
renting
using the
it.
building next year.
Yeah, they're
Tucson
using it,
as
but
well.
that doesn't mean they bought it.
You don't
Because
know that.
they have their own place in Nashville. They want to
They're
be
renting
at.
for now until next season.
So
So that could have been the price tag for just the team without the building. If you're gonna buy Richard Childress's building, which I don't know if Dale would because he's got his own shop. I don't know how much he'd want to. Or, I don't know if he's looking to get a different shop, but
yeah.
Atlanta Motor
Uh,
Speedway.
Yeah, that's next because that's pretty much all for the silly season stuff. I'm assuming it's gonna start happening. It's got to start happening soon, right?
Oh, 100%. They said that like, oh, was it? College was just the beginning of what's going to happen. So
Yeah.
and then
And-
GMS and Travis.
And like, if people are gonna be like, "Oh, once Brad does his thing, the Downers was following." I don't think Brad really plays a factor into anything.
No.
yeah, I think Brad's announcement. That
Doesn't
announcement's going
matter.
to come way too late because they can't do it until a certain point in the
September.
season. So that I think stuff is going to start happening way before then.
And like Brad's
Uh,
move has no effect on what's going to happen, other than
Yeah.
Newman most likely being
Other than the
override.
2-car opening up and we get to learn who a driver the 2-car is.
It's
That's the
Cinder.
only thing that it does.
It's
I know
Cinder.
that, but I'm saying officially is what my point is. And you said it was Chris Knight, right? Who said that that colleague or all this stuff was just the beginning. There's a lot more to
Yeah.
come.
Mm-hmm. But
Yeah,
he said
so,
it
I
was
mean,
more
that-
about charters.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, that's still going to play into the who drives what.
Yeah. So I mean that also just fuels the fire for those rumors you've seen as well.
But
Yeah, I mean, it could be bullshit, and I won't be surprised when it's bullshit. Most likely is bull. But
I will say though, silly seasons the last couple of years have been
getting
extremely
crazy.
intriguing, and extremely crazy. Like I don't know, I can't remember a time where we've had several years in a row where it's just constant silly season stuff that's like. I don't want to say it's more interesting
need
than
to
the current
know.
season going on, but like it's it's up there with the actual season.
We need to know what is happening.
Atlanta.
I think
guess.
I think we're good to move on to that.
So I guess they're redesigning kind of their next generation reprofile new pavement technology for 2000 and 2022. Did I say 2020? 2000 and 2022. 2022. Inking specifically in the corners are from 24 degrees, 28 degrees. So they're keeping the I guess they are making it more narrow apparently, but I guess is
Very.
the actual shape still the same?
Yeah, the shape,
Yeah,
the length
yeah.
of the track is the same. So it's
It goes
1.54.
down like 20,
It's-
like 10 degrees in the corners.
No, it's 28. It's
That
28
goes up
degrees
He
in the
meant
turn.
feet. He meant feet
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
for
Oh,
the
the,
length
it's,
Yeah,
it's the
or width.
so the width is the exact same as Daytona in the turns.
Okay.
Yep.
or the thing I sent in here about the differences.
The only thing I don't like is how thin the backstretch is. I think they should have not thinned that up so much.
What
But
are they trying to create though with this? Is what I want to know.
Apparently, quote
you want
unquote,
you want to know the answer because they kind of gave it away.
Okay.
quote unquote,
They-
pack racing.
They want something like Daytona and Talladega.
You want more pack racing.
My opinion. I want to get all your opinions on this one. Actually, what you think about that right there? I think wrong way to go. And I also do not think it will fully work to what they want it to. I could be wrong, of course, but still overall, it is pack racing. I think that's the wrong way to go about this track. But yeah, I mean, Matt, what do you think?
There's a lot of thoughts going through my head about this entire situation.
I'll
Does-
say that I just genuinely don't know what to think.
That is exactly what I. That's
'Cause
like the
it's
thing
like,
that.
You know,
That's how I
we
feel.
can-
I don't know.
Yeah, we can speculate on it and say, or this is good, or this is terrible, all we want to. None of it means anything until we actually see some on-track product, and that's not going to happen until next year. So, there's I don't know what my opinion is on it because I haven't seen it. I don't know. I I will say, I guess if they're looking to make it pack racing, I kind of agree with Gary that shouldn't be the way to go. I don't think it's the most. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world either to try and make it kind of like a smaller Daytona or Talladega, because I mean, are we going to sit here and deny that those races aren't usually exciting 95% of the time and provide some of the best races of the season? Because I don't think any of us can say that that's not true. They definitely are some of the best races of the season. So I mean, mile and a halves have turned into something now where pretty much we all dread it. It could be different for next season with the new car, but at the current moment, why not try and look to change something? So I like that they're trying to change something and do something different with the track.
It ain't no cookie cutter now.
Yeah, I personally am just bummed that it wasn't the announcement of going back to the old layout. I was actually really excited for that and hoping it would kind of be like a baby homestead or just another homestead. But
But
you know,
again,
it's
that's not a good thing either, because then you have 2 homesteads.
Yeah.
You
I don't
want
know
for a
why that's
ride?
not a good thing. Well, okay, 2 homesteads compared to 5 or 6 cookie cutters that provide the same type of racing. I'd rather have 2 homesteads
Oh, yeah, but I'm
than
also in the what I'm
than
saying
5
that
or
I
6
want
Kansas and
you want
Atlantas
it.
and Las Vegas and Charlotte and all that.
I think Kansas is great though.
No, but my point is, well, Kansas, I guess I wouldn't consider a cookie cutter, but Las Vegas, Atlanta, Charlotte, those 3.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then Texas is in the dumpster.
Yeah, Texas, we just couldn't.
We
Ignore
don't
that
talk
track.
about it.
Yeah, we don't talk about Texas. So a lot of the talk was the iRacing simulations.
Yeah, that's the part I'm very, 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 very like what about and very confused because
I'm terrified.
those cars are literally just an iRacing build. They're nothing like what's going to be real life. So they possibly designed this around what's good for those and not what's going to be good for real life.
But here's the thing.
That's my only issue with it.
iRacing is being very adamant that this is right.
No.
I hope to God.
Well, okay.
It's wrong. I hope to God iRacing is wrong.
But look
First
at
mistake in iRacing.
Look at the Coca-Cola races and how they compare to the real life races.
Now, wait a second.
Gary,
wait a second.
That has nothing to do with it.
Wait a second. Hang on.
Let me go, Jay, please.
Okay.
Let the man go. He's losing it over here.
Gary, all their simulations were done with the next gen car.
Oh boy, that's a game changer. That does not change my opinion whatsoever.
No, I get it. It's not going to change your opinion, because I'm just saying, because you've driven those on iRacing.
Yeah.
And your red, I think right now you're hearing your red flags are going way up higher right now, aren't they?
Yes.
Because let's be honest, next gen cars, they're ridiculous. They're on rails.
They still don't fully know how these cars drive yet.
Well, okay, so this is the point that I want to bring up.
iRacing is adamant that it's right.
This is the point that I want to
adamant.
Been full of it all year long, so they can
maybe I'll get to speak next week.
But yeah, Jay can go now.
Okay, so this is the point that I want to bring up. So iRacing obviously has the technology to create tracks and try out different tracks, and obviously now try out this reconfiguration of Atlanta. So why wouldn't NASCAR be able to tell iRacing what they think they're going to use for the car next year, and then iRacing is able to make a private build of that to test with the track that they're building?
I don't trust her.
So the public version of the car could be completely different from what they actually tested with this, because NASCAR might have actually given them the stuff that they're going to use for next season, or what they think they're going to use for next season, or different styles, or different configurations of what they think they're going to use for next season for the car. So I'm just saying the public version of it, if you put that to it, that might be kind of scary to think about. But it's also highly possible that NASCAR gave them some kind of data to work off of the type of car they're gonna, or the type of stuff they're gonna use for the car next season. So I don't know. I think that's why you have to just be up in the air about it and be like, I don't know how to feel about this, because you can't offer an opinion until you actually see on track product.
But what I was hearing today is what I'm hearing today from the NASCAR world is that they're expecting Daytona and the Talladega plate racing type stuff at Atlanta now. And what I've seen in iRacing with these next gen cars if they are right, so pretty close to being right in iRacing, I'm telling you, they will get what they want, 100%.
Yes.
Because most mile and a half, you're just flat out. Atlanta and the next gen cars, you're flat out for like 30 laps. The current Atlanta,
But that's
like
also confusing as crap.
it
Because
is.
of the real drivers that have tested have talked about the off throttle time that these cars have and how hard they have to work the wheel through the
Yeah,
That's
corners
why
and
I'm
whatnot.
saying the iRacing build is probably nothing like the real life build. Kind of like the same
Well,
way the
then-
iRacing is for the current gen.
But if there's all this off throttle and hard working on the wheel, they shouldn't get this product they're looking for.
Yeah. Something's not adding up.
I mean, when you make it 28 degrees of banking, that can take away a lot of off throttle time.
There's not gonna be off throttle time. Because let's be honest, the hot rumor is what 650 horsepower,
Yeah.
and you're basically and like in qualifying, they're full throttle at Charlotte, which the turns are sharper than Atlanta.
Especially
Like
one
they're
and
gonna
two.
be full. My belief is whatever package they do use, they will be full throttle at Atlanta.
Yes.
A fresh surface,
Oh, the
28
mail.
degrees of banking.
They're gonna be you're hauling the mail.
But I do want to bring up one thing though. I put it on Reddit. Imagine if we had 950 for this bad boy.
Deja vu.
Holy moly, we would be flying.
I mean, Atlanta's always been about speed, so this should be a surprise to no one that they want to have these
Well,
boys go as
750
fast as they can
horsepower
around
make
here.
my day.
I mean, we're never gonna get that, but
I'm pray. You can pray, you know.
Oh, we're not going to get it for next year. You never know about 2023 if they find a way to do
Hey,
it.
that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
2023 at the new engine package, they're hopeful if we can have a new manufacturer already committed and then accept the change to go higher horsepower, that would be glorious.
It's very possible they adapt some way with the 2023 engine to where it's like 650, but then you have some electrical component that gives you like 750. Like the fucking ERS and stuff. So I mean, it's
they
highly
can
possible
buy
that
their
NASCAR
equipment
finds some
from
way
them,
to make
and they
electrical
can make
component give them more speed.
modifications. That's what you can do for next season. They can buy the stuff from the people, and then make modifications. That's how you're going to be able to cheat your way to getting faster. That's the only way you're going to be
Enzo's
able
already
to.
doing that. Finding that extra horsepower.
yeah.
But ERS, that needs to be the new engine thing.
God.
Some system like that has to be there, in my opinion.
Oh my god, electronics! Oh my god, it's all the world's ending.
The NASCAR's over.
Oh no, electrical fires! Oh no!
But overall, I mean, I guess excited to see what happens with Atlanta next year. And
I think we're all excited, but we're also all like confused and not sure what to think.
good luck to them.
We don't have a clue what's going to happen.
But you want to know
next
something
year.
I've noticed today? I'm sure if you've been on social media today, is that pretty sure it seems like the drivers are very upset at this.
Kyle Larson,
Yeah,
I
they do
noticed.
not seem happy.
Kyle Larson's very
Atlanta
vocal.
Arson's
Atla-
probably lit it off, man.
Atlanta straight up said though, they literally said we did not talk to the drivers to this because oftentimes what the drivers want is different from what the fans want. They
Yeah,
literally
what they
said
did.
that and said they did not talk to the drivers about it. So you can see why the drivers would be upset.
Yeah. We'll just see how it plays out. Simple as that.
Atlanta has a point. I mean, if you're gonna try and
I
do
do
exactly
think they
what the
have a point.
drivers want, you're probably not gonna get the most entertaining product.
You want to know? Well, I know what's one of the biggest things that kind of proves this point. A lot of drivers hated old Bristol
Now
before they gave it progressive banking. And you want to know what's one of the biggest things fans say? Old Bristol.
Yeah. Or
Mhm.
how about this one here? I mean, drivers really pushed to make the cars harder to drive, less downforce, high horsepower. We got that and the fans hated
got-
it so much that NASCAR said, "Okay, we got to do what we're doing now." And now, of course, the fans say, "No, we need that back. That was actually awesome," even though they ripped it
Okay.
apart until they got rid of it.
That brings me to a point that I wanted to make. This whole Atlanta thing today, like before they even announced, this really proved to me that NASCAR fans are going to be upset no matter what. There was actual idiots pissed off that they were repaving, that they were going to announce they're repaving this track. Like, are you kidding me?
This track's
The surface is 24 years old. It should have been repaved like 5 years ago. I can get everybody calling in to not repave it then, but now it is way past times. It puts on arguably the
Terrible.
worst race of the year aside from Texas. It
And
puts
folks-
on a terrible race right now. Nothing could help it except for repaving it. And there's actual people that were mad about it. That was the dumbest thing I thought. I don't know how you can be mad at repaving this. They have to eventually. It has to be repaved.
I mean, you can be upset, but you like a part of me is
Logically,
like,
no, you can't. It's way beyond time.
No. You need to let me finish my point. But like, as me, I generally like to keep myself in the realm of reality. Am I a little upset because Atlanta is like a fun track to drive? Yes, but I'm also realistic, and like this needed to be done so long ago. at
Well,
this
no.
point.
I'm saying they were pissed off, like saying it was stupid. It doesn't need to be
Oh.
repaved and all that kind
Oh
of
well,
stuff.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that was the stuff I was seeing, is they were calling NASCAR stupid and Atlanta Motor Speedway stupid because it doesn't need to be repaved. And it's like, are you dumb? Are you like it literally has to be repaved at some point. Asphalt does not last for forever. It's been 24 years. That's way longer than I
Autoflow's in
think
the
any
same
other track.
situation.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much way longer than any other track has ever gone before. And it also produces terrible racing. I don't know how anybody can say that it doesn't need to be repaved.
The drivers work hard. I don't really care.
Not anymore.
It's still pretty handful to be honest, but not like it should be.
Yeah.
Um,
And the thing is too is I don't think we can really even offer an opinion on how this track is. Maybe not after if they have 2 races next year, which I'm sure they will. We may not be able to offer an opinion on it even after 2 races next year, just because A, it's going to be a new surface and all that new stuff for crew chiefs to figure out, and then B, it's also a new surface. It's going to take time for it to get weathered in and all that kind of stuff. So new surfaces aside from Daytona have never really been great the first race.
yeah.
So
Personally, I kind of hope it's an iRacing soon because I just want to.
it probably will be.
Like, I don't think iRacing is the perfect representation, but it gives you a good idea, a very good idea of what it's gonna kind of feel like.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna drive a next gen car around there, but I know I'm like it's gonna. Oh my god, I it's gonna be so. Driving like a single car around there, oh my god, it's gonna be so bad. Oh no, it's gonna be so terrible. Oh.
Personally, also them committing to this repave right now and reconfiguration of the track also tells me that they're basically doing away with trying to do that casino thing, and that has me big disappointed.
Well, that's a Georgia problem, so
Yeah.
not my problem.
Hey, Formula One happened this weekend too.
Gary's loving this episode so far with how long it is, huh?
What are we at actually? I don't even know.
We're like
hour.
right at an
About
hour.
Yeah. So Formula One, Austria. I'm actually.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe it's not butter. Max.
Oh, we all got our
I
podiums
can't believe
wrong.
it's not Hamilton.
Yeah, we all did get it wrong, didn't we? Yeah, so it was Verstappen,
Yes.
Bottas, and Norris who podium. Hamilton P4. So I mean, we all knew Verstappen was going to win. That's just the norm now. So I mean, interesting to see how quick things have changed. It's just like, yeah, Verstappen's winning this weekend, whatever. He is
I'm all
increased
for
his
it.
lead to 30.
It's over a race.
32 points.
It's over a race.
Hamilton's running out of time, but I mean, there's still plenty of racing to go. So
There is a crap ton of time left.
There
He is nowhere near out of time.
no, I didn't say he was out of time. I said he's running out.
You
of
just
time.
did. You said
said he's
Hamilton. Okay.
Running. Out of time.
Okay.
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 Every passing week, you're
We're-
running out of time.
Yeah, we're a third of the way through the season,
Yeah,
basically.
next week, if it's a little bit further behind, he's running out of time.
No, yeah. I feel like if Lewis really if Mercedes is really serious, they have to win Silverstone this week. Because let's say this is a Mercedes track, quotation marks.
I don't know if anywhere's a Mercedes track anymore, to be
That's
honest.
what I'm saying. Because it's like people on and it's like, oh, this is a Mercedes track, they're fine. If they don't win this,
I mean, Red Bull's
What?
been
So,
winning that Mercedes.
yeah,
track.
I think, I think Britain actually will be the first testament of that, because Red Bull has been strong at Azerbaijan, and then Austria is literally Verstappen's playground. That man's probably going to win every single race the rest of his career there. So I mean, I guess Britain probably will be the actual real showing, because we've always seen Mercedes dominate the crap out of Britain.
yeah. So that's just what I think. This race was interesting, I'll say. The race overall, it was interesting. Wouldn't you agree?
Didn't have the wow factor of Austria, but it was interesting.
So I guess we should go straight into the main point, kind of, I guess, controversy of the race. It all started on lap one.
Stewards.
It all started on lap one with Lando Norris and Perez, or was it lap two?
Lap one.
Lap one. Okay,
No, I think it
I
was lap
guess-
2.
I think it was lap two as
It was
well.
one of them.
Pretty sure
It was
lap
very.
2.
It was early
does
in the
not
race.
matter what
it was.
lap it was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was still too early for Perez to be making a move like that.
Ah, hold up.
What do you mean? Hold up.
Anyways, Matt, keep on going. What were you gonna say?
So they go into turn 4, right? 4.
Yep.
Perez goes to the outside.
Or it'd have been three, sorry.
Lando doesn't really give him much room. Perez goes off track. Lando gets a 5-second time penalty for this. Your opinions, go.
That
Anyone?
should have been a penalty. No. Was Norris at fault? It's half and half. Norris should have left him more
Definitely
room.
half
There
and
was
half.
no wrong. There was no wrongdoing with Perez making that move, but Lando didn't have any really wrongdoing either. Racing deal is what that was. Should not have been a penalty. Could have been more room left. That was it.
Yeah, I guess technically there's no wrongdoing, but it was stupid for both of them. Perez is in a faster car. It's lap 2. He'll be able to get around him easily with DRS. So I don't know why he's not just a little bit more patient.
Then why did it take Hamilton 20 laps?
He ain't in a Red Bull.
I got Jay stumped on this one real quick.
Oh dear Lord, my Discord.
Oh, is this screwing up?
Yeah,
I
I don't know
think
what you last
I
heard
think I'm
from
going to
me,
be the
but-
odd man out here, and I agree with all the penalties given.
I think I would say
Here's my thing. If Perez doesn't semi get out of the gas and get shoved off, what happens? They both crash.
take each other
Well,
out.
I'm
Pay the price.
Here's my thing. Lando didn't give Perez a choice.
gonna be honest. I think that's the only one that didn't deserve a penalty, because it was on both of them, and it was just a dumb racing thing. And I don't think that one deserved a penalty, but the others, I mean, everything else was definitely penalty worthy. I think that was the only one that was kinda
You
on
can't
both
force him off
drivers.
track. You have to give him the space, and he really didn't.
But Perez also made a really dumb move to the outside early in the race as they're going into the corner.
I don't think it was dumb.
And the rule also is saying you have to give room if they're ahead of you, and Perez was not.
Yeah, they're pretty even though.
They're even.
Not ahead though. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
here's
but
the-
no
here-
one was ahead.
Look, you want this is a general problem with F1 racing. I hate. Oh, if I'm ahead, I can just cut you off. That's
Yes,
dumb.
that's a very
That is-
common conception
it's
that the
so
drivers
dumb.
use. They take advantage of that every chance they get.
It's so
and I
dumb.
agree.
If the
It's-
car's there,
yeah.
in my opinion, if the car's there, the car's there. You must respect that. And that was not what that
It
was not
depends as
respected.
well.
I
on
agree
the
with that
move.
as well, but if we're going off of how F1 has their rules stated, then technically
stated?
Lando did nothing wrong.
And
Well,
technically, Max did nothing wrong in Bahrain.
yeah, but I mean, we're talking about consistency here, right? And that's not a strength for
mean-
NASCAR or F1.
In Bahrain, you mean? Oh, you mean when you went wide in turn 2
Passing Hamilton.
Turn 4.
or turn 3? Yeah, that
Yeah,
he
he was
definitely did
ahead.
nothing wrong. He definitely did nothing wrong. Excuse me?
He was ahead.
Yeah, that was all on the stewards being dumb then too.
But I don't think the stewards were dumb here. I think it's bull that you can basically run a guy off the track and not get penalized for it. I think it's great that they penalize Norris. You shouldn't just be able to push people off the track, even though there was no contact. If they continued, there was going to be contact, and they would maybe both crash. I think it's stupid that you're allowed to try to get away with that. If the car's there, the car's there. You need to respect that.
I agree with Matt now. Changed my opinion.
And guess what happened later in the race? George Russell and Alonso were going at it in a very heated battle, and oh my God, there was no contact, no off track, but they were racing side by side, racing hard and clean and fair. It's crazy. What a concept.
Perez got a couple time penalties as well.
For being an
running-
absolute clown.
Yeah,
at
for
this
running
point.
the guys off track. So,
No, only Leclerc, actually.
well, what was the
Both
second
times it
one?
was Leclerc.
Oh yeah, well,
They're
yeah,
both
yeah.
Leclerc.
I mean, heck, I mean, who cares? I mean, it's Leclerc, it's whatever. I actually really like Leclerc, but I mean, I don't know. They were consistent, but it's like they need to be consistent every week and not choose
Mhm.
one week all of a sudden where we're really going to enforce it with time penalties, and then the other week is just like, oh, okay, we'll investigate, but really not do much.
I don't know. I think this time around it was more so everybody was just being stupid, and that's why there was a lot of penalties handed out. Because it was a lot of, aside from the actual racing incidents that involved two cars, there was an actual lot of dumb things happening with pit road
Sonoda.
lines and all that kind of stuff. Like
Sonoda.
Sonoda. Oh my goodness, that man couldn't
Missing-
get the pit road correct to save his life.
Yeah, crazy. And
And the
Man.
whole yellow flag thing, although I will say that yellow flag thing is really stupid. Why they only penalized like two drivers when
oh
the
my
entire
God,
field
that was
basically went through there.
horrible.
That's stupid. That's actually dumb.
Yeah, there should have been like how many 30-second time penalties?
At least like 8, I think there was. I think it's.
Yeah,
I mean, I know 8 were called, but I think people also had the data to show at least 8 drivers went through there without slowing down.
yeah. Feels bad for Russell though.
Yeah,
At least it was on merit this time.
Yeah,
Like he just got beat.
yeah, he straight up was slower.
Hey, speaking of dumb though,
I know where
Kimi Räikkönen. I don't know.
uh,
It's time for you to retire, buddy.
It is, yes.
The reason I
That
mentioned that, I think he's a cool dude, awesome dude, but there's some rumors that we're going to talk about very shortly. But I mean, final lap, Vettel goes up the
Queens him-
right side,
queens him.
and
Raikkonen just kills them.
Kimi just I guess doesn't see him, although he's half a car in front of him. Similar to when Kevin Harvick dumps Trevor Bayne in Talladega on purpose. Obviously, this one was not intentional, but it's like, how do you not see the car? But he just turns right into Vettel, crashes both of them out into the sand, and yeah, I don't know how you do that. I mean,
It was bizarre.
you're a professional F1 driver.
What did Raikkonen get for it? He had to get something?
I don't even know
obviously.
because I mean,
He got a penalty, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what exactly it was, though, because I remember seeing that he did get one. I think it might have been 5 seconds, but I can't recall.
His-
they scored him.
I think-
They scored him ahead of Vettel. Oh well, because Vettel DNF'd, but
Yeah.
still beat Latifi.
No, he didn't.
Now Raikkonen finished a spot ahead of him.
Oh, that's because of Latifi's penalty. But yeah, I think he just got like 2 penalty points too.
I would hope so. But I mean, speaking of Raikkonen, there's some retirement rumors going around. They've been circulating for a couple weeks now.
Yeah.
And we did mention it a couple weeks ago, Bottas potentially the Alfa Romeo. And I'm seeing it come up and circulate once again with Russell going to Mercedes.
Even Adam Stern tweeted it.
Yeah, I was gonna say Stern tweeted it, so I mean,
Pretty
Yeah,
much
it's
official.
all
I've
over
only
now.
seen Stern get one thing wrong in my life, and that was with the Toto Wolff leaving Mercedes. But yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna obviously happen because everybody, it's not just Adam Stern, everyone's talking about it happening. So
and
Yeah,
it is it's time as well, honestly.
I mean, you're gonna have
Yeah.
two guys that can win regularly. I think if you get Russell and of course Hamilton. By the way, didn't talk about that. He signed a 2-year extension. So
Woohoo!
I mean,
Another news. The sky's blue.
I mean, if he's not dominating all the time, it might not be so bad.
Yeah, I mean, more unknowns going into next season as well for that. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Great
Lewis is
Yeah.
obviously a great driver and a great person. I'm just tired of seeing him dominate
Yeah,
everything.
we don't like seeing the same guy dominate anything.
I'm fine with Max over Lewis.
Yeah, I'm cool with Max doing it right now, just because it's a change of pace. Even if he wins every single race for the rest of the season, it still feels different than having Hamilton do it. So I'm cool with Verstappen for this season, but dear Lord, please have some different winners next season. Please have some different teams be strong. I want to see McLaren run strong, Aston Martin, hell, Williams be strong again. Just please.
All right, I'm gonna say this. I think McLaren can win Monza on merit. That thing is a
it can happen.
bullet. That thing is a
Mm,
bullet
I
in
don't
a
know
straight
if it's,
line.
but faster than Red Bull. Are
They are faster than Red Bull in a straight line.
they actually?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you know what? I guess that proved true with how Lando. Yeah, okay, yeah, you know what? You're right.
I think it's possible. Like the car isn't there aerodynamically 100%, but like if you can get the lead at Monza, all you need is straightaway speed, and you can hold it off. It's possible. Is it likely? No, but it's. I wouldn't be shocked if Lando Norris just straight up wins Monza on merit. Like no bullshit craziness. Right?
I can see it happening. Ricardo would be like 7th.
He did finish. Hey, you know he had a good race. Okay.
He did
I
a
don't have
solid
to-
job. Give it to him. I was happy to see him. I want to see Ricardo win with McLaren. That'd be
I
awesome.
want to see him be better.
And of course, I want to see Lando as well win with McLaren sometime soon. And I mean, Monza could be that place. I think Monza has the potential for some craziness. And speaking of craziness, the Australian GP canceled.
Gone. Reduced to atoms.
Because of COVID again. Obviously, like a lot of people are like,
I have
COVID
no-
ain't even a thing barely over there. But Australia handles it way different than many other places.
Americans
Apparently
think
they're-
Canada. Americans think Canada's harsh. Was harsh.
Yeah.
Woo!
Australia is like they crack down extremely hard on
One
just
case,
barely
the
Well,
entire
well,
country's down.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
entire country's down.
Apparently they've done a really terrible job with the vaccine rollout as
Yes,
well.
it's been really bad, terrible, unfortunate. Anyone from Australia, it's
That-
not. It's
That
unfortunate.
probably has the biggest to do with it than the actual cases itself.
And to be honest, I'm like, and people are saying it on social media and Reddit and stuff. It's just like, it's not going to happen in March either.
No, not
Like
at this rate.
it's not going to be the season opener next season.
No. Everyone's got to
No,
do
I'm
that's
their
okay
the
with
part.
that.
Everyone's got to do their part if we want to get back to normal. Obviously they don't seem to be doing their part over there, and I mean they're paying the price by losing their race. So, hopefully, I don't think this Australian GP cancel is gonna get them into gear and stuff. But
No.
I mean, yeah, no, there's no chances we're going there in March. It'd be a late season thing again.
Yeah, it'd be like in November again.
Canada for sure will be on the schedule next year.
Yeah.
No
One
problem.
One thing I saw was a lot of people saying that Malaysia should replace that track, and I don't know how in the world people think if they can't go to Australia, they'll be able to go to Malaysia. Like
Yeah.
Malaysia's COVID stuff is really bad right now, like really, really bad.
Well, people are like, oh, it's gonna be Coda. No, it's not gonna be Coda. you have to remember this is late November. There's only a few options.
Oh, honestly, I was thinking last night when Gary was
probably
really telling me about it,
Bahrain.
I was thinking Brazil, but then I got to realizing Brazil is probably not even going to happen in the first place because they're also
I,
struggling with COVID. So
I think Brazil's possible though.
I don't know. Brazil is like
I
Malaysia.
mean, heck,
You know,
Brazil
they've been
comes before Australia on the schedule.
Yeah.
a week or two before it.
And I mean, I'm looking at like the cases over there, and actually surprised they haven't canceled anything yet. So who the heck knows? I think Jay's right though. That one could definitely be up in the air still.
Yeah. I don't want to throw it off yet just because you just don't know. You gotta think of okay. What options do we have? I don't. China. I don't know what China's up to at this point.
I doubt they do China, honestly.
I doubt it too. I mean, Bahrain would seem.
I don't know if they go
Doable.
to Bahrain either. Like, I don't know.
Two Saudi Arabias. Woo!
Yeah, that
Please
was
don't.
kind of my thinking, but
I think
because I feel like they would want to replace races with places they're already kind of going to because that'll reduce travel and all that kind of stuff, and so if Brazil and well, I mean, we already know about Australia, but if Brazil winds up getting canceled, then maybe we have a doubleheader at America or Mexico and a doubleheader at Saudi Arabia.
I think Bahrain's definitely a possibility though. Just 'cause
The outer
it's
loop.
really close. I'd be down
Yeah,
for
yeah,
that.
that's true. I guess it is over there in the Middle East with Saudi Arabia, so it could probably be the replacement for Australia, and then maybe
Yeah.
a doubleheader at Mexico.
I don't know what that's. Yeah, so, I mean, we'll just wait. Maybe they don't even replace it. It's very
Yeah, that's
possible.
also possible. They said that
Um,
they are working to replace Australia though, so I think we'll get a replacement for that one. I don't know if we will for Brazil if it winds up getting canceled.
yeah.
We also got the summer break coming up for F1, so just at the end of July, anyways. So they'll have about a month off till we have any more racing.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting. I actually think it's cool that they have a summer break, but at the same time, I hate it because I'm like, I want F1, and then we don't got it for a month. But
Yeah.
they have a big stretch there though. After they come back, they have 3 races back to back. So excited for just what we have going on with the schedule. Of course, the races getting canceled this year really suck, but it's just the way it is. And I'm sure next year is going to be pretty close back to normal.
I think they actually have 5 races in a row when they come back.
No, they don't.
They don't? There's a week
No.
off in there?
Yep.
Can I not count right? Oh, yeah, between Italy and Russia.
Oh, did we talk about the new Russia truck? In a couple years.
No, I forgot
we did
about
not.
that already. I don't even remember anything about it. Oh, is it
going
in
to
the
St.
street race or
Petersburg.
something?
It's a track near St.
Okay.
Petersburg.
Yeah, when I heard St. Petersburg, I was like, "We're going to Florida again?"
No, it's it looks better than Sochi, but that's like merely existing is probably better than Sochi. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much leave it at that. New track for Russia in 2 years. Woo. Yeah, not much else in the F1 world, I'd say.
Yeah, we got Britain coming up this weekend. We'll give our predictions shortly.
Oh, you know what? You know what? Something about Britain? Sprint qualifying's this weekend.
Oh no. I will say
Don't say oh no until you see it.
Yeah,
I literally was about to say I have not been looking forward to it, but I'm gonna give it a chance because I'm interested to see how it turns out. But still, I'm perfectly fine with change in motorsports, but this is the one I haven't been in support of. But like I said, still interested to see what it creates. So could be end up being really cool. So, and they're doing it like what? How many times this year now?
3.
3. So it's Britain, Monza, and apparently Brazil.
Which I think that Monza and Britain would be pretty good tracks for that.
Monza
I think
will be
Monza for
very
sure.
interesting.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting. So that means, so you guys know the format of the weekend, or no?
There's no
I
qualifying, right?
kind of do.
There is
but-
qualifying.
Yeah, there's
So it's on
qualifying
Friday.
for the heat
It's
race.
Friday.
We're having qualifying for a qualifying race.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just don't agree having a race to where we potentially risk millions of dollars to set up the grid for the next main race. You know, I mean, it essentially is heat racing in just a really weird form. But like I said, it could end up being really cool. So I'm not going to go after it too much. But
I'm just trying to figure out the time. You know,
yeah, I
UK
mean, I'm
is
going to be
5
missing both
hours
of them. I
ahead.
think so.
Um,
Does it even say what the time the sprint race is? Sprint qualifying.
It does, yes.
hang on. So normal qualifying is Friday.
Well, like I look here and it says sprint qualifying 11:30 a.m. to
That's the
12 p.m.
race. That's
Why
the
is it?
sprint
Why does
qualifying
it?
race.
Why does it say it's a half-hour increment? Why? Like what time's
Because
the
it's
start?
literally
'Cause it's a half-hour
that's how
race.
short it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's not very long at all.
so it
So-
starts at 11:30.
Yes.
Okay, just tell me that then.
No, that not 11:30. Is this my time? Oh yeah, my time. So qualifying is 1 p.m. Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Which means I get to watch it. Let's go. That's
That's
gonna be in like the evening over there.
Yeah, it'll be at
Yeah.
about 6 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
And
miss
then-
both of the races though. So
That's more points on the line too.
Oh yeah, I forgot they're doing points for sprint qual.
Yeah,
for sprint
top three
qualifying.
first gets 3, second gets
That's
4.
the part that I think is kind of dumb.
But
but
then
at the
not
same
gonna
time,
lie.
I think it's they
you
they
need
have
incentive to do it.
because it's stupid to have a race to set the order for not getting an incentive from it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But then again, only 3 drivers get points. So I don't know, it's interesting, but as well, so normal qualifying is going to still be what affects the tire choice, I'm guessing, for the actual race.
That I don't know about.
Okay,
Probably,
so
but I don't
so
know.
what I understand is they do their qualifying, they can start on whatever tire they want for the sprint qualifying race.
So sprint qualifying is just like
Everyone's
whatever
gonna be
the heck
on
you want,
softs.
give it everything you got. Like
Essentially that. Essentially, like everyone's gonna be on softs. Yeah, I don't know.
so qualifying sets the order for sprint qualifying.
I think
Yes.
sprint qualifying sets the order for the race.
And how does that work? Wherever you finish in sprint qualifying is where you start
Yep.
the race. They could have
Yep.
come up with something more creative than that. Because it's like, oh, we already know what's kind of coming
mean,
here.
Maybe if they were to do it for a full season, but for a trial of 3 races, do it very simple, and then
Invert.
if they like it and everybody works, then maybe
I
Reverse
something in the
grid
future.
sprint qualifying.
I would say invert the top 10, not the top 20. That'd be a disaster. Don't be putting Haas and Williams up front. I say invert the top 10.
What do you mean? Mazepin being the
Mazepin
leader would be
first.
lit.
Imagine.
What
Oh.
do you mean? He would screw up the formation lap.
What a meme! What a meme!
I mean, it'd be entertaining, but for safety reasons, I'm saying invert the top 10 only.
To be fair, Mazepin would not be the leader for very long.
Oh, not even. to
Probably
turn
would have
one.
lost it by the time that they go to even accelerate to start the race.
But you have to remember that Williams will probably be next. But that's besides the point.
Yes. Looking forward to this weekend. Can't wait to see. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll get to all I'm gonna get to actually watch live is qualifying, but excited nonetheless. Britain's a cool
Super
track.
Max Max.
Vettel won
Max.
there in 2018 with an awesome move up the inside of Valtteri Bottas, and it was an awesome finish there. But
Let's
we're
just
gonna-
ignore that he was on like 30 lap old tires, but
yeah, who cares? We're gonna move on to the end here. Kind of, we got one more thing to talk about, then we'll give our predictions to end the podcast. So Nitro was off this past weekend. So we
We're
go racing
back.
this weekend, and I have literally no idea where we're racing.
Chicagoland.
Chicagoland for Cup, Russia for F1.
Yay.
iRacing is Kansas.
Oh
What? You were good last time.
no, but that means everyone's running the top. I love running the top, but not when everyone else is.
The bottom's a little better now.
Oh,
Like not like running the bottom is not as bad as it was.
well, I'm still gonna run the top, but
Yeah.
I mean-
You'll run the bottom at the start of the run, but you'll move up.
Chicagoland. I mean, in NASCAR heat, can't stand it. I think
Mm.
track's fun.
Ugh.
Not a fan of actually driving it in NASCAR heat, but
I don't
it'll
run
be
the
interesting.
bottom.
And then
Gary, you gonna do
I
F1
was gonna say my F1 return. I'm
to
a
the
practice
greatest place
Raider.
in the world.
I'm aiming for a top 6.
Traitor.
I got offered a ride from Matt, not you.
Traitor.
Where's you didn't offer me a ride? Where's my offer?
I
can't-
actually did. I actually did.
Actually, you can't because you don't own the team.
Who owns the team?
no
Okay,
one.
do I own the team technically? Because Tyler's not going to show up anymore.
I mean, there's no team owners in F1.
So that means I can join whatever I want.
Yes.
If my Red Bull debut goes to garbage, I'm going to McLaren. So
You can't.
Darn right.
I guess you can technically no, because
Well,
you signed with Red Bull. You can't.
I
leave
didn't
now.
sign nothing.
Eh,
Yeah, you did.
I didn't sign anything. I haven't seen nothing.
Yeah,
I haven't
you-
seen a single
Come on,
document.
Frank.
Hold up.
See what
man.
he's trying to do to you already, Gary? Now, you sure you want to make that commitment to Red Bull?
Feel like I'm
Treat
already,
you much better over here at
yeah,
McLaren.
feel like I'm Daniel Ricciardo already.
Gary's probably gonna be fast. I mean, Gary's gonna probably be faster than me.
I guarantee you this weekend it'll be the one that I'm the slowest in.
Me,
Just 'cause
me
I'm
and
trying
Gail
to
used to
get
do like a
better.
practice race together. You can join in that, Gary, and you're gonna win like 10 seconds. You're just like, yep,
I'm good to go.
oh good. So strict corner cutting at Russia.
yikes.
Hey, what I've learned.
We're gonna be
On
like
F1
the
again.
FIA. We're gonna be like the FIA at Austria this past weekend. Time penalty. Time penalty. Time penalty.
What I've
You got a
learned is if
penalty,
you
you
don't
get a
cut the
penalty.
track, you won't get a corner cut.
Ooh.
What a fucking genius strategy. Why didn't I
Jesus.
think of that?
My
Some
God.
tips for
Holy
you.
crap, he's a genius.
Some tips
His
for this
brain.
weekend.
His
Um,
brain.
I'm gonna win Russia. No.
Why don't I try just
All right, good
not
luck with
cutting?
that.
Yeah, no, I'm not actually gonna win. I'll do everything I can to beat Andrew. That's the main goal. That's
Well,
kind of
Pete,
why
well,
I've.
Good
That's
luck.
that's what my signing is all about, actually.
Gary's just here to make sure Andrew doesn't win the title.
I'm trying to cause
turns him.
havoc. Okay. That's the only thing.
But here's the thing, Gary. The ideal situation is if Andrew wins, you have to make sure Gail's second.
I can fall over.
Just DNF into the wall.
Is there any rules about
There's not.
throttle braking? by accident?
Yes, there is.
Well,
last
no,
guy
I
did
mean,
it.
I'm just like
The last guy who intentionally crashed to bring
No, I'm
out a
not saying
safety car.
crash. I'm talking about pulling over because the throttle won't go down.
No one's gonna believe that, Gary.
All right,
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. You couldn't hurt Gail doing. You can't hurt anyone else. You just hurt yourself.
But Gail be
Exactly.
streaming, so
I
he'll
can
see
t-
the whole thing go
I'll tell
down.
you right now, I can make it believable that I've fallen off the pace.
Just door check the wall.
All it
There
takes
you
is
go.
one little clip of the grass going a little bit wide into a corner, and I just casually spin out and lose enough time to
What
get past.
grass?
Oh wait, all it takes is one little wrong curb hit. I throttled
Into the
up
wall.
too early. I can spin
the
out a
wall.
Russia, no problem, not
Yeah.
hit anything. So, Gale,
Yeah.
don't you worry. If I'm in front of you and you need to pass me, I got you.
Take it for the team.
Didn't say that
Strategy
though
from
publicly.
Red Bull
I didn't
to
say that
the
publicly,
junior
though.
team.
But there goes your
What?
strategy, Karma. Going downhill from there.
Me and Gale practice together. We
Alright.
give all our secrets to each other.
Let's move on into the.
But he doesn't really need secrets to beat me.
Isn't that the last? Oh, never mind. One
We're gonna
more.
move into the predictions for this upcoming weekend. NASCAR is at Atlanta. Kyle Larson. Oh wait,
I'm
we
asleep.
have that thing here where we choose
I need to sleep.
one
I need to
driver.
sleep. I need to go to sleep.
All right, so we need a
Arthur,
random number
next.
selector.
I'm being sarcastic. I'm just being because it's Atlanta.
We need a random number chooser here between 1 and 4. I'm working on that right now. So it shows me first. It shows Jay second. It shows Matt third. It shows Connor fourth.
That sounds
So
alright.
I'm gonna hit roll, and whoever gets it, it is Jay. That's second week in a row. Jay gets.
Ah, let's
I
go,
wonder if-
Kyle Larson.
Oh
Damn it.
crap! All right, roll.
Oh no!
Oh, I got a 2 again. Oh, okay, try again. 2 again. Oh, 4. Okay, Connor. Who do you got?
Send it, Ryan Blaney.
Ryan Blaney, last winner there.
Man, that's bold thinking he's gonna
and-
win more than one race in a year.
once
Man, hope
again,
and pray.
once again, I'm gonna be last because Matt gets to go next.
KFB.
Kurt Busch.
No,
Oh, Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch.
Okay, you know who I'm gonna go with?
Who?
Kurt Busch.
Did I change my idea? I just thought of something.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Can I change
What?
No, no, you're locked
Kurt
in.
Busch. Kurt Busch. He's
my-
winning.
No, not like this. Aw.
You know, Gary, you should say Chase Elliott because then he won't win.
Yeah, that worked out well on Twitter.
Yeah, that worked out for him.
Yeah,
last
yeah,
week.
yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say the guy Chase Elliott will win this race when he has a 5-second lead.
Caution came out 30 seconds after I tweeted that. There was hope.
Guess what? He still won with the race by 5 seconds. Vote.
Hey,
Master Killer in the chat says vote Brad. Dude. Have you seen Brad this season? He's been pee poo poo.
that's why he's
pee poo
leaving.
poo.
Bad.
Dude, he has 7 top 10s.
Out of how many races so far?
20.
A lot more than
Exactly.
7.
Should have
Alright.
said Bowman. Damn it.
Before we end it, Formula One predictions.
Oh,
So,
God. Oh, my
Like I
God.
said, we do not have to do a number roll here because there's not a lot to choose from. So we're just gonna go in order. I guess I'm first. Britain. I'm gonna go Verstappen, Hamilton, Perez. Jay.
I'm still thinking. Go
Matt?
to Karma.
Max. Lewis. Perez.
Whoa, baby, getting creative here. You got one yet, Jay?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to go with Verstappen, Hamilton, Bottas.
Okay. I was thinking he's gonna drop Perez on us.
Oh,
I think Perez is gonna have a rough week. He's gonna be like 5th or 6th. Connor, do you have one at all, or
Hamilton, Verstappen, and Paris.
Okay, some Perez is there in P3. I feel like
Said
Bottas
Lewis
is
is
gonna
going.
get spun by someone or something. I can feel it.
you wanna know the interesting thing? You can crash in sprint qualifying and still race.
Ew.
What if your car's totaled?
It's just new car
In a
baby.
backup car.
Okay. That's what I'm most interested to see. What happens is with the crashing
Like,
and stuff. But
Imagine if like Lewis crashes. It's over.
Imagine
Championship
if
over.
Hamilton and Verstappen crashed together. Oh
Whoa.
my God.
There goes
Lando.
my pick.
Lando Norris has an
That's
opportunity.
ideal, honestly. Like,
Yeah,
I love
just put
Verstappen,
Lando
but
in
holy
the
crap,
top
that'd be
30.
the ideal situation as a
I
fan.
hope they wreck each other some point this year.
Oh,
Lewis and Max starting
Yes.
dead last. Oh, that's a
The
dream.
backup cars.
Let's get a
Behind
Vettel and
Mazepin.
Verstappen remake, but both of them wind up in the barrier.
Mazepin
Yep.
outqualifies Verstappen and Hamilton.
Ha!
Scenes.
Oh boy.
But we are going to call it there. Yeah, so we got Atlanta this weekend for NASCAR, and F1 goes to Great Britain. Excited for both, to be honest. Well, I mean, Atlanta races have been pretty awful lately, so anything can happen, though. You never know.
We might get a 3 out of 10 race.
Yeah, it could be 3 out of 10 instead
Yeah.
of like a
You know what? There is
1.5.
some good news with this Atlanta race. It's only 400 miles.
It's a little bit shorter. Let's go. Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Instead of 325, it'll be 285 probably.
Yeah.
It's 260.
260. Okay, I was close.
So we'll see what happens there. If you guys enjoyed, you know what to do. We'd like to thank you all for taking the time of your day to listen or watch on YouTube, whatever you do. And we will see you guys after next week. Have a great day, everybody.